I've mentioned this before, and I'll say it once more, we have a far better understanding of outer space than we do of the ocean's depths. Isn't that strange? The ocean covers most of our planet, yet we still know so little about what's beneath the surface. While there are some truly horrifying creatures lurking down there, they don't even compare to the terrifying ones that roamed the seas in ancient times. Here are 20 of the most frightening prehistoric sea creatures. Plesiosaurus. Plesiosaurus were a group of enormous marine reptiles that roamed the oceans from 160 to 145 million years ago, during the Jurassic and Cretaceous periods. These apex predators were truly fearsome, with massive skulls, elongated bodies, and powerful jaws designed to hunt large prey such as fish, squid, and occasionally even other marine reptiles. Their bodies were streamlined, making them agile swimmers despite their size. Their terrifying mouths were lined with large, conical teeth, perfect for gripping and tearing flesh. While they resembled Plesiosaurus in some ways, they had shorter necks and much larger, more intimidating heads. Some species, like the one discovered in Norway, could grow up to 10 to 13 meters long, placing them among the largest carnivores of their era. Plesiosaurs. Plesiosaurs were marine reptiles that roamed the oceans during the early Jurassic period, from around 215 million to 65.5 million years ago. They inhabited the seas that are now part of Europe, Australia, North America, and Asia, particularly in the Pacific Ocean. With flippers for efficient swimming, they had long necks and relatively small heads compared to the size of their bodies. These creatures were air breathers, and it's believed that plesiosaurs may have nested on beaches to lay their eggs, similar to how sea turtles do. However, some speculate they might have given birth to live young. This remains uncertain. Plesiosaurs primarily fed on fish and other marine creatures, and they varied in size, ranging from as short as 7 feet to as long as 50 feet. Tanus. The tanus was an extinct reptile from the Middle Triassic period, about 242 million years ago. It belonged to the Protorosaurus group, relatives of modern lizards and snakes. With an incredibly long neck, often 10 to 15 feet, it made up more than half of its body length. This flexible neck, supported by many small vertebrae, allowed a wide range of movement. Scientists believe the tanus may have used its neck to catch fish in shallow waters, suggesting it was a semi-aquatic carnivore, though the exact purpose of its neck remains debated. Fossils have been found in Europe, the Middle East, and North America. Helicoprion. Scientists have long been working to solve the mystery of the helicoprion, a strange creature, only to realize that some crucial pieces of the puzzle are missing, and they may never fully understand its appearance. While this is frustrating, it has sparked some highly creative and fascinating interpretations based on the fragments of fossils discovered. The name helicoprion means spiral saw, referring to the distinctive fossil they had to work with, the spiral-shaped tooth. Paleontologists eventually concluded that this circular saw-like structure likely resided in the creature's mouth. They classified it as a whorl-toothed ratfish, a type of shark-like fish. This enigmatic creature is believed to have first appeared in Earth's oceans about 280 million years ago, persisting until it went extinct during the early Triassic period. Since no complete skeletons have ever been found, all ideas about its appearance come from the best-informed speculation. Most merce. The mosasaur species roamed the oceans of Earth between 72 and 66 million years ago. It resembled today's gharial, with its long, narrow snout and sharp rows of teeth. As relatives of crocodiles and alligators, these creatures were among the most formidable animals of their time. The oceans were teeming with life, creating a sense of overcrowding. This period saw a fierce competition for food, as numerous massive creatures vied for resources. Ultimately, many of these so-called mega-predators went extinct due to the unsustainable number of large, hungry animals. There simply wasn't enough food, space, or resources to support them all. The mosasaur, with its distinctive snout, appeared to be specially adapted for a particular type of hunting within this crowded ecosystem. Scientists believe these creatures were versatile predators, capable of targeting different kinds of prey depending on availability. However, it's been so long since their extinction that it's hard to view them as a new species in any context. Osaurus. The iosaur was a fish-like reptile that lived around 150 million years ago, and its name translates to fish lizard. These prehistoric creatures were designed for swimming, with sleek, fast bodies that made them expert hunters in the seas during the Jurassic period. They inhabited both shallow and deep waters and had long, narrow jaws filled with numerous sharp teeth, ideal for capturing and consuming their prey. Their diet consisted of a wide variety of animals, with a particular preference for octopuses, cuttlefish, and squid. The first discoveries of iosaurs occurred in the early 19th century, with complete skeletons being uncovered in England, most notably by the famous fossil hunter Mary Anning. The fossils show that iosaurs could range in size from as small as 3 feet to as large as 85 feet. These creatures shared some similarities with modern dolphins, though there is no clear agreement on their exact evolutionary path. It is believed they evolved from an unidentified land reptile and then returned to the water, much like the ancestors of dolphins and whales. TLY monsters. The Tully monster, discovered in 1958 by Francis Tully in Illinois' Mason Creek fossil beds, is a 300-million-year-old fossil with a bizarre appearance, stalked eyes, a long appendage with teeth, and a rudimentary backbone. Its classification puzzled scientists for decades. In 2016, advanced X-ray and siren imaging revealed it was likely a vertebrate, closely related to jawless fish like the lamprey, due to features like a notochord and gills. Lampreys, which are invasive in the Great Lakes, are parasitic and feed on other fish by sucking their blood for months. However, newer research questions the Tully monster's classification, leaving its true identity still unclear. Leviathan. Next up, we have the Leviathan, a colossal prehistoric whale. This massive creature was enormous, with teeth over a foot long. To put its size into perspective, only the megalodon comes close in comparison. The Leviathan was likely the apex predator of the Miocene epoch. However, much about it remains unknown, with only a partial jaw, skull, and a few teeth discovered. Modern technology, along with comparisons to the sperm whale, has helped us visualize this ancient sea monster. Its name is inspired by the biblical Leviathan, a mythical sea monster, as the term is often used to describe huge whales. The Leviathan likely reached lengths of 44 to 57 feet and weighed around 60 tons. It preyed on beaked whales, sharks, and other surface-dwelling marine creatures, living around 9.9 to 8.9 million years ago. Dunkleistus. This terrifying monster fish roamed the seas during the late Devonian period, around 350 million years ago. While it's safe to assume there are no predators like this left today, has anyone actually confirmed that? Known as Dunkleistus, this creature wasn't your typical fish with teeth. Instead, it had 2 massive bone blades capable of slicing through its prey, cutting them clean in half. Dunkleistus also boasted the strongest bite of any fish, even more powerful than today's sharks. Its bite force reached an incredible 8,000 pounds per square inch, 2.5 times stronger than the bite of a crocodile, our modern-day champion. When you add in its ability to create an immense suction by opening its mouth wide, drawing prey inside, it's clear just how deadly and efficient this predator was. Fossils show that Dunkleistus would consume nearly anything that crossed its path, including its own kind. Yes, these prehistoric monsters were also cannibals. Shastasaurus siccanin. The Shastasaurus panis, though I might be mispronouncing that, was one of the largest marine reptiles ever discovered. This massive creature belonged to the ichthyosaur group, which roamed the Earth during the Triassic period, around 210 million years ago. Fossils found in British Columbia, Canada, revealed that it grew to an impressive 69 feet in length, which is similar to the size of today's largest whales. But don't worry, unlike other ichthyosaurs, the Shastasaurus wasn't a ruthless predator. Instead, it was a gentle giant. It had a sleek, narrow body with small flippers, suggesting it was built for slow, steady cruising rather than high-speed hunting. Its short, toothless skull was another clue that it wasn't a ferocious predator, it was actually designed for suction feeding. This allowed it to feed on smaller creatures like fish and squid. The Shastasaurus had a large tongue that helped with suction, making it more efficient at gathering food. Despite its enormous size, it had a surprisingly slender physique compared to later, bulkier ichthyosaurs from the Jurassic period. At that time, many marine creatures were evolving toward larger sizes, but this trend ultimately didn't work out too well for them. By the end of the Triassic, these aquatic giants were extinct.